Hey, howdy. We get a busy day ahead of us, though you wouldn't know it from looking. So if I look at the dailies and the weeklies, the weekly I already did a few days ago, but it refreshes tomorrow at 8 p.m., so I've got time to finish it. Famicom Basement, Deep Blue Graveyard, Floating Catacombs, which is going to take a while, because that's on the path to Lavender Waters. And then the Vending Machine Finder is a curious case. That is in the depths. That's that one weird side area in the depths, because the depths is like a big teleport maze. And there's one weird side area that has a vending machine and a bench. So I'm gonna just jump right into it because I'm gonna be busy. But I'm gonna be busy. I have been busy. They've added a bunch of new stuff to Tukey. A ton of new worlds. Someone is using a speed glitch. Cringe. But I've been super busy. I've been learning how to cook. That's the main thing. And I mean, I'm really enjoying it. Because the thing about, why am I going from here? I should just, no way, this works. This still works. Because I go from here, and then I can go to Famicom Basement by going across the bridge, I think? It's been so long since I've gone this way. This is the path where you do, Terratero, then Rainbow, and then the staircase is over on this side. There you are. And then while I'm here, let me go find the fungus room. I think it's this room right here. Up this way. I seem to remember hearing that in the... Yeah, here's the room with the little dudes. I seem to remember hearing that they fixed the Flavors of Fungus achievement. So now I should actually be able to get the Flavors of Fungus wallpaper after God knows how long of it being completely broken. So I'm glad to get that out of the way. Next up we got Deep Blue Graveyard, which is just... Yeah, there's not really a quicker way to get here. Let's just go the long way, which I think is just the regular way. But I've been busy, I've been learning to cook. Also just, you know, doing regular adulting things that I've been kind of skimping on because, you know, normally when you do adulting things, you would like to learn them alongside your parents, or at least a person of adult age who has that kind of knowledge. And the problem is, I've been going to college out of state, so all of the stuff that I would normally be able to pop back home and ask, just didn't really happen as much. Like, I could, if there was something that actually needed to be done or needed to be said, I could call my parents, and that worked out fine, but, you know. When you're in closer proximity, it's easier to do these things. Mackerel Desert is? Where are you? Ah, right, it's all the way at the bottom. Man. I remember this path. This is the... I'm going down all of, like... This is like a best of the really long paths, because I'm going to have to go down part of the path to Voxel Island, part of the path to Lavender Waters, and then all of the path to Depths. Which is kind of crazy in retrospect. Ah, right, because there's a chaser here, and that chaser would normally... This is normally where this path would end. Because this chaser leads to a one-way path to Floating Brain World. Ugh, I'm yawning so much. As I walk through literally the gallows, I'm yawning so much. And now another one of the easier ones, not exactly really easy, but I've done this path a ton of times, so I don't mind it quite as much as I used to. Because there are quite simply harder paths. There's stuff like Underground Burial Site. And you know I gotta do the penguin thing. Whee! Oh, right, no, that's the path this goes straight through. It's been so long. But I'm very excited for today, because, God willing, I'm actually going to start playing in Stars in Time today. Because you might have noticed, I unlisted the Hades 2 video, the second one. The analytics on that set of videos is so confusing to me, because the first video got somewhere in the ballpark of 100, 110 viewers, might have gone up by a little bit at this point. And then the second one got 3, which is so strange. And like, I'm not complaining, frankly. Like, it was a combination of some people said that they were trying to stay spoiler free, and I want to respect that, so I can't really go too much further without just spoiling the game for people. For people that want to stay spoiler free and might not want to see a thumbnail of spoilery stuff. And also the fact that I'm starting super slow because I'm starting from a fresh file. I could technically do runs in the almost completed file, but don't really feel don't really feel like it, and B, that brings that issue of spoilers much more to the forefront. So there's a lot of things. A lot of things that could potentially go wrong. And I'm also just, frankly, I'm just a little bit more happy doing the stuff on my own. The game is damn fun. But I know the way that I play that game, and I know that I am not... Like, I've seen the way that I play the game, and I've seen the way that, like, Hades content creators play the game, and I know that those are two very different styles of play. So I'm fine with just not playing the game like that, and, you know, being at peace with that and moving on to different projects. But like I said, I've had In Stars and Time on the back burner for, God, since I was done with Hylix, so that was early May, I think? I forget exactly when I even did Hylix, but it was a while ago. Because I did Hylix 1, the plan from there was to do either Hylix 2 or In Stars and Time, and then things just kept getting in the way, like clockwork. Every single time I tried to sit down and be like, okay, today I'm gonna do it, something would come up and I would push the date back. Over and over and over and over and over, day after day. Not really saying that out of frustration, more out of guilt, frankly, because I could have reasonably pushed through on one of those days and just started recording In Stars and Time. Because I know once I do one episode, I'm going to have the motivation to just power all the way through it. I know how I work with games like this. If the story is captivating, I will be mainlining it, probably. Oops, looks like something went wrong. See the browser console for details. To open the console, press F12 or right-click, then click Inspect. Hang on a minute. Did the map break? I think... Hang on. Did my game decouple from, the YNO servers or something? So I noticed that the map isn't showing up anymore either. Okay, there we go. Now it's working. My concern is that I basically have 17 minutes to roll through the whole depths path, with which seems unlikely. I'm gonna try, but I know how long this path can be. Depths is like, I know that there are other paths that are the same length in terms of worlds. Depths is still the deepest location in the game by sheer distance, frankly. Also, hey, I may as well say this now because it is now 12:03 a.m. on June 1st. Happy Pride Month! Feels a bit weird saying it myself because I I'm straight as an arrow. I know that I'm straight as an arrow, but I've always considered myself a hardy ally. So I am happy to support. That just reminds me of the mod that I made for Isaac. I made a mod at one point that was called, the mod was called Gay Pride. And what it did was there was a mini boss in Isaac, well, Pride. And all the mod did was it took that mini boss and it turned everything related to that boss into rainbow colors. It made the boss itself flash rainbow colors. It made the bombs, the lasers, everything. And I happen to think that I did a good job with it. It was kind of difficult to make it work and to make it not be kind of buggy because Isaac is weird like that. In theory, I was just changing the colors, but there's a lot more to it than I was expecting. And it was so funny how taken aback a small pocket of people were. There was one person that seemed very confused because I am in fact straight, like I said. So they seem to be under the assumption of like, okay, so why are you doing this then? And there was another person who was, oh man, like. So YouTube does this funny thing sometimes where it will hide super long messages, and usually that's a bad thing because, you know, I like discourse. I like seeing people give long and well thought out responses, but after a certain point YouTube will just automatically hide it because it's too long and YouTube thinks it's spam. And I don't think there's a way for me to unhide it, which is really annoying, but, you know, not much I can really do about that. Okay, so I should be going to Chaotic Buildings. Oh, wait. Right, I'm in Town Maze right now, Deserted Town, then Chaotic Buildings, right. I think that's this door. Yeah, there we are. There was this one guy who was just in a froth like I've never seen. It's like, if you've ever heard the term gay panic, that was this guy. He was like going on one hell of a tangent. And his argument sort of boiled down to why are you putting this woke stuff in this kid's game that kids will see? First off, The Binding of Isaac is not a kid's game. I don't know what you're talking about. Second off, you're welcome to just, like, ignore the mod, or, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what I did to hurt you so, but you're welcome to just not interact with the mod. It's not gonna kill you. There are things on that workshop that are way worse, let me tell you. But I'm fine with just being that person on the workshop that makes oddities. Silly little things. I'm mainly thinking of that one mod. I ended up making a mod that was the BOGO sort mod. And And the funny thing about that is that it made the game completely unplayable, and people reflected this when they were posting reviews. They were kind of just like, someone posted one thing and everyone else kind of just copy pasted it. It was something along the lines of, "I'm not downloading this, nor will I ever, but I fully support you in your endeavors." And like, yeah, that's great. Thank you for your support. But I have plans for this and that. I have plans to work in Lua, I have plans to work in other languages, I want to make more AI stuff, because I'm just kind of just enjoying myself at this point. I'm not going to tie myself to the PopCap, I don't think, because there's just more fun to be had if I branch out from there. If I lock myself into one thing, I'm just not going to have quite as much fun. I think from here I go to, yeah, Transmission Tower World's my next stop. But I've got so many plans, and I'm going to start acting on it finally after all this time of stagnation. I'm back, and I will continue to do more stuff because I'm, you know, I'm still enjoying myself. Maybe someday I'll stop on the grounds that I'm not having fun anymore, but I haven't reached that point yet. I'm still enjoying my time here in this weird little world of YouTube. And I mean, quite to my surprise, the channel is growing at a decent rate, which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting to reach a certain size and then just cap, and then after a certain point only lose subscribers. That really isn't the case so far. And granted, I'm not just doing Tukey videos, I'm branching out from doing the Pizza Tower stuff. Let's see, Pizza Tower, Hades 2, Isaac. There's a whole lot. And I guess, if you really want to count it, Collective Unconscious is going to get added to that list, which I'm really, really, really excited for. As, like, it can't be overstated. I'm so excited for Collective Unconscious, man. And the thing is, I know it's going to be good. The question is, how good and how expansive? I remember I posted something to the Collective Unconscious Discord. I forget the numbers from it. I'll have to go back and check, but it was like very substantial, and it will be receiving updates in the same vein as Tukey to add contributions from other new authors over time. So it's already huge. It's gonna get even larger, which that is crazy. And again, I cannot express enough how happy I am and how proud I am of YNO. Like, this is the culmination of, what, 2 years worth of coordination? Maybe it's less than 2 years, but it's still crazy. This is such a massive undertaking, and it's finally coming to a head. In a way that people can enjoy it, and also in a way that I can recommend it to friends. That was always such a hard thing to do with Tukey. It's like, yeah, Yume Tukey is such an amazing game, but I can't recommend it to people easily because it has to come with a million caveats. Like, if you don't like if you're like squeamish when it comes to disturbing content, there's some disturbing content in this game, and also this game is heavily inspired by Yume Nikki, and I would recommend playing that first. And maybe trying to, like, bring people in by having them play a Catalyst game first that's a bit easier to process, like a Mori or Undertale. So much effort has to go into getting people to play Tuki. And when they get there, I'm sure they're going to really like it, but it's hard to get people to that point. And I feel like Collective Unconscious is really going to help, because it's fully online, and that's the shtick, and it's a multiplayer game instead of being like Tuki, which is, it's a single player game in disguise. And I don't know to what extent the multiplayer elements are going to come into play. But I guess we'll see. I'm, again, so excited. So very, very excited for this stuff. It's gonna be so great. It's gonna be so, so great. I can't wait. We're getting ever closer to that 30-minute mark. I think I might, if I do hit 30 minutes, I think I might just soldier on. Because right now we're almost at 27 minutes. I don't think I'm going to make it to the depths in under 30, but I think I'm just going to keep going until I do. Mainly just for the sake of my sanity, because I would have to do all this trek again. Right, I'm starting to recognize this. Yeah, okay, here's the overgrowth. So I just have to follow up this path, and this should lead me to Square Ruins. And Square Ruins is pretty easy to navigate once you have once you have everything mapped out. But it's hell on earth until you have that map. God, right, what a tease. Yeah, you got one more little stretch right here. Oh, there isn't it. Right, there is no Ponico's Stare. Said. Okay. No messing around, I'm just gonna follow this map directly because it is... I still remember trying to go here without a guide, and I got so damn lost because I also did not have the foresight to use Bat, which I definitely should have. But I just got unbelievably lost and just, at a certain point, just threw up my hands and equipped Eyeball Bomb and left because I was not willing to deal with any more of endless wandering, trying to find my way back onto a path. Because after a certain point, you just completely lose, like... It's already hard enough to just follow this map, much less to... If I were to go into this middle path, instead of going to the left like I'm supposed to, how do I get back on track if I forget which door I came in from? I am just screwed. Oh god, someone's behind me. Hey, I mean, data stream is cool. Okay. Now the hard part. That's my destination right there. Oh, hang on a minute. Am I reading that right? It's right here. That was way less work than I was expecting it to be. Hell yeah. That's all I got for now, I think. I'm gonna go drink some water and then I'm gonna record In Stars in Time. Thanks so much for watching.